I'm gonna stay at the top, do what I want to, because when you speak boxing, you're speaking Mayweather.
I'm gonna be ruthless in there. My fist is just gonna break his whole face, and that's it.
You got MMA fighters calling me out. Man, stay in your lane.
Let's not kid ourselves here who the big star is of this show. Got me, a slick, handsome Irish kid, and has climbed to the top of the game quicker than anyone else has done it.
This is not like a normal fight.
It's big
business.
Conor McGregor has said he will now turn all of his attention to fight only one man, and that is Floyd Money Mayweather.
I'm always looking to make history every single day.
The first man ever to hold 2 titles simultaneously.
And here we are again, more history.
This just puts it even more in stone. No one's even came close. I'll be immortalized after this.
No fighter in the history has done what Floyd Mayweather has done.
All I ever thought about was winning. So that's all I know.
When there's nobody there to separate, he's gonna break.
They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. These fighters still can't beat me.
When I hit a person, they don't escape.
It's not about who hit the hardest. It's about who has the will to win more.
I see it in my head, and then it happens. It's gonna be familiar.
Because I already know that I can face anything.
I know how to fight. I know how to win. I'm God-gifted.
I hold this entire game in the palm of my hand.
It's never personal for me. It's always business.
It's over before it even begins.
When it comes down to boxing, I'm the best at this.
The Floyd Mayweather-Conor McGregor fight isn't generating the buzz that organizers would have hoped. With that as a backdrop, did they miss the mark in marketing this fight as the possible savior for boxing as a sport? Ryan Songalia is a writer for The Ring magazine and a member of the Writers Association of America. He joined me on Tuesday to preview this underwhelming fight. Ryan, we're glad to have you on the show, and we're excited for you to be here as we anticipate and preview this highly anticipated fight between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor with you this afternoon.
Hey, it's my great pleasure to be on. Thanks for having me.
So when we look at this fight, Ryan, what do you think people should be watching out for as it commences at the end of the month?
Well, I think that people should look at Mayweather. He's an older fighter, obviously. This is going to be the first time he's fought in 7 years. He's 40 years old now. It's hard to turn it on and turn it off, especially at that age. Actually, it's interesting because I'm only 30, so I don't have as much insight about these things. But one of my friends in boxing told me that once you get past 40, it's just a different varies of soreness and comfortability that your body experiences. So, particularly with boxers, you have to have fast reflexes. Any kind of scoring, I would watch out for with Floyd Mayweather Jr. What else I would look for is how McGregor adjusts, because this is the first time he's ever seen, not just in a boxing ring, but against a top fighter. I've seen him spar other guys who were kind of mid-level guys, and all of those guys were better than him in boxing. And the other guys who were the boxers, the professional boxers, they were in charge. So I wonder how McGregor will be able to make adjustments. This is really like going from, the Little League to starting in Game 1 of the World Series for Conor McGregor.
How do you think he'll make the adjustment? Do you think he'll fare well, or what are you expecting?
I don't think he will. I think that this is something, when it comes to boxing, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been doing this since he could walk. He was America's top amateur for a while. He was, of course, you remember at the 1996 Olympics, he was the first guy in decades, the first American in decades to beat the Cubans. So this McGregor is obviously a guy who's been at the top level of boxing forever. He still has been, when I watch him box, it looks like he's a guy who saw some stuff on TV and had a little bit of athletic experience, and now he's doing this, he wants to look cool. But he doesn't look like a guy who understands why he's doing certain things. Look, I watched him start, I think it was with Christian Reardon, and it looked like he was like in fantasy camp. Like, they would have a fantasy camp for the astronauts, the kids that can pretend they're going on the moon. But it looked like Christian Reardon, against Christian Reardon, that Conor McGregor was doing fantasy camp for boxing. You've seen some things on television, and it was decided to whip him out, even if he was not doing so effectively. So I don't know about him making adjustments and outmaneuvering Floyd Mayweather Jr.
And do you think this fight can get people reinvested in the sport of boxing? I know that a lot of people aren't expecting much out of this fight. So what do you think boxing as a sport needs to do to get people reinvested and sort of reinvest themselves in a national appeal?
So I think that, okay, so if you look now at the demographics that are going for this fight, that are supporting this fight, according to ESPN, they're surveying, or I don't know how they reached this conclusion, but they believe that this fight will be largely supported by UFC fans. What I think will be interesting is that the sport will be in front of eyes that may never have been interested in watching a Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight, let alone a boxing match. So I think it would be interesting if the fight would be competitive, if you can get drama for 12 rounds. I doubt that will happen. I don't think that Conor McGregor, not only does he not have the stuff to win, I don't think that he has the ability to even make it interesting and entertaining. Once the bell rings, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather Jr. know that their check has been cashed. And all they're worried about is getting to that point. Conor McGregor is an amazing salesman, although I thought that it was a bit, I don't know what's the right word, stupid, to post on social media accounts photos of themselves standing over some sparring partner with Joe Cortez, the retired boxing referee, in full boxing regalia, officiating this as if it was a real fight. I thought that was nonsense. I think that the boxing people, the people who don't really need to be reinvesting in the sport or getting getting their interest peaked again, I don't think that they have any concern or interest in this fight. I think that this is UFC fans that they support Conor McGregor, I guess, that they're going to be watching this and that they're interested in this because McGregor is the underdog and they've made Floyd Mayweather Jr. out to be this anti-enemy of the UFC, and that they're hoping to see him get beat. So I think that there's going to be a lot of casual fans that are going to be tuning into this. Like, for instance, we're talking about this fight right now. I've done a couple of interviews about this fight. Most people don't ask me about other fights because they don't really care about the fights that are going on, the boxing matches that are going on. And I imagine you had me on the show because, I'm a boxing guy and I watch Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his style, and I know a little bit about that. But that you and other people are asking me about this fight just shows that there is this interest from people to talk about this fight. So anytime you get people talking about the fight, it's good, but I think people are going to be talking about it afterwards for a long reason.
And when we look at the fight itself, there's been a lot of rhetoric and trash talk about this particular fight between the two fighters. How much of that do you think matters or will translate once the fight actually starts?
I don't think at all. I think that these guys are business partners. They were flying together on the same private jet to England for the press conference. They're the guys that they understand the importance of just getting to the ring, having the bell ring, so that they can cash their checks. I don't think these guys are professionals. They're excellent, expert salesmen. They're doing their best to sell the fight. They need to make money. I think that that tickets have been not selling as fast as they had expected. I think that it shows that people are seeing behind this. They're going to make a lot of money anyways, but people are seeing past this. That this is not, this is a fabricated rivalry. That there is no. I don't think that this is going to play into the ring at all. I think that they're going to get in there and just do their thing. And I think that very quickly, Floyd Mayweather Jr. will assert his dominance, and then we'll see how it plays out and how long it goes.
Now, as you said, tickets for this fight aren't selling. Do you think promoters are pricing themselves out of getting people in the seats, or do you think that a lot of people have a preconceived notion about the fight and that's why it's not selling? Or
well, I think that particularly in boxing, people are smart. I mean, not to say the UFC fans are dumb, but in boxing, I've noticed a lot of cynicism towards the fight. I think that people, even the people who are trying to make excuses and make apologies for why this fight is happening, they won't even admit that this is not going to be competitive. This is an event. This is kind of a circus. This is like Scott Ledoux wrestling, against a heavyweight wrestler during, the 80s. This is a one step above wrestling a bear. You know what I mean? This is a circus thing. So it's not a real fight.
it's more of a spectacle?
Yeah, no. This is like pro wrestling almost. This is Conor McGregor talks himself into. We're at this point right now shows how great of a salesman Time McGregor is, because he has convinced, or I don't want to use the word trick, but he has tricked people into thinking he is competitive in this fight, and that promoters and venues into thinking that this is a worthwhile event to have and to support. And it just shows how great of a salesman that Conor McGregor is. But I think that when you price these, this is the problem in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, it's hard to get the tickets at face value. Like if you're at a casino, then it's so hard to get these tickets. The market, the tickets don't go out to the market, and you see the tickets that were at $500 face value. Nobody gets to buy those tickets. Those tickets are shipped out to brokers, and they're sold above face value, many times above. They're going to try to make their money. So I don't believe that this is. I don't think that they're doing the right thing. I think Las Vegas has had this problem for a long time that they've not done right by the fans, particularly the casinos. But you will see the high rollers. You will see the celebrities come out there. So this is an event. People don't really care about boxing or the way that they used to. They'll care for when it's a big event and they get to maybe see Magic Johnson or Jack Nicholson at ringside. But people, this is what people get excited for, and then they get disappointed afterwards when it doesn't live up to expectations. But I think that there are multiple factors in play, and I think that the market will correct itself either in this fight or after this fight.
Now, in terms of image, if Conor McGregor performs well, certainly his brand will sort of get a boost of more popularity. And I look at Floyd Mayweather, and he's sort of accomplished everything you can in the boxing ring. So my question is, what do you think about how this fight will supplement McGregor's image within the media and other things he wants to do, versus why you think Mayweather agreed to this fight? Do you think it's all a publicity stunt or no?
Oh, I think that millions of dollars. This is
that helps.
The biggest. Oh, it definitely does. This is the biggest opportunity when you contrast risk and reward. This is free money for Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I don't know what the state of Mayweather's affairs are right now, but it seems that he needs a bit of money, or at least needs at least some cash and liquidity that he can pay the IRS again. But McGregor was able to pull us off. This would be the biggest upset, I would say. This is a 49-0 undefeated multiple weight champion against the pro review. And I don't care what Conor McGregor did in the UFC. It doesn't matter when the bell rings. It's all about what he's done in the boxing ring. And he's done nothing so far. So I think that we're going to it would be a monumental upset. And I think that McGregor would become an even bigger star. He would be able to basically do whatever he wants in boxing. You know, he can fight anybody and name his price, basically. If he Floyd Mayweather Jr., you're able to do whatever you want after that. And if he loses, he doesn't lose much because the UFC can always say, well, you know, this is a line that I see from MMA fans, UFC fans. They'll say that, well, boxing is not a real fight, you know, discounting all the many real injuries and ring deaths that have occurred. But they like to use that, and I think that, you know, they live in a bit of a bubble, you know, that they believe that their sport is, you know, whatever. But I respect all the fighters, but some of the fans and some of the media and the UFC, they say some unusual things. But I imagine it wouldn't hurt McGregor's credibility much in the UFC world because he's not able to do all these other things. Not able to do leg kicks, obviously, things that, you know, an MMA fighter will do. So I think that he doesn't have much to lose. He has everything to gain. He's going to make a lot of money for, you know, his first pro boxing match and probably his last boxing match. And if he makes enough money, probably his last fight ever, because it'd be hard to imagine him going back to the UFC and fighting, you know, whatever, you know, fighting, you know, some guy for $3 million after he's made, you know, many, many more millions of dollars. So I think that this could be the last time we see McGregor and Mayweather fight in any kind of venue.
And my final question for you, buddy, is what do you think people will be talking about once this fight is over?
My honest opinion is that, you know, there'll be some people who bought the pay-per-view for $100, and, you know, afterwards that we think, God damn it, they got me again. You know, they told me an event that they told me this together. It was a major fight, and, you know, this is going to be this groundbreaking history in the making type of event, and it turns out to be that. Because I think that McGregor he's not able to, here's my opinion, I've not seen him, how he looks in training so far. I believe that not only is he not good enough to beat Mayweather, I don't think he's talented enough to even do what it takes to make a good fight. You know what I mean? I don't think that he'll know enough or be capable of making good fights. Because remember, these are two guys who are, if you look at them stylistically, they're counter punchers. Conor McGregor is not going to be the kind of guy who gets up in Mayweather's chest and is, you know, pushing that jab on him and, you know, making him fight. McGregor throws about 30 punches, you know. He's had stamina problems in shorter UFC fights. How much worse will it be in the 12-round boxing match? So, and especially if he's dealing with certain stresses and he's not had to deal with, you know, there's the mental stress also. He's playing chess out there. He's going to get discouraged early on, and I think that people are going to be feeling like they got duped. And, you know, anyone who's betting on Floyd Mayweather Jr., anyone who's betting on Conor McGregor, if they lose their money, it's their fault. You know, they didn't deserve to have the money that they lost. So I think that there's going to be a lot of buyer's remorse afterwards. But maybe they, you know, maybe who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong a couple times. And even this century I've been wrong. So it's happened relatively recently. So, I think that we're going to see, I think people are going to be disappointed. The ones at least who are getting up to this fight. But I think enough people will watch, and Mayweather and McGregor will make a lot of money. And I think at the end of the day, that's all they care about.
Hey, Ryan, we want to thank you for your insight and perspective on this upcoming fight. It was a lot of fun, and we thank you for your time on the Two-Man Advantage podcast, buddy.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for having me on, and I wish you the best.